Tracy at Car Audio and Security in Wake Forest. Today, well, for the next week, we will be working on a 2018 Ford F350 with the Sony audio system. This is going to have a multi-purpose to this video. One, we normally use the Nav TV Zen A2B for basically bypassing that factory amplifier, whether it's Sony or the B&O system. But we have used PAC Audio AP4 interfaces on many other different vehicles, but they haven't been available for the Ford until recently, at least on this series. So we're going to be using it this time and see what the difference is between the two, see if there's if there's one better than the other, if there's a savings in installation time for using one over the other. The Zen A2B is twice the amount as the PAC piece, but that may not matter in the end. So we're going to see if there are any other differences. We're also going to do a install in all the doors. We're replacing all the door speakers using, in the front, a 3-way JL Audio C7 setup. Chris will be building A-pillars to house the tweeters and the 3.5-inch mid-drivers. The 6.5s will be in the doors. In the rear doors, we're going to have JL Audio C3 650s, and we'll be using this beautiful MTI Acoustics subwoofer box for under the seat. They will house two 12 TW3s from JL Audio, and they will be powered by the XDM 600/1, and then we're using the VX 800/8i on the door speakers. We also will be showing you some highlights of how we do the installs, at least the end results of it, on the speakers, the amps, and the difference between a backyard install quality and the quality of a high-end install. Other than that, we hope that you enjoy the videos that we submit. We will have links on Facebook and Instagram, as well as pictures on those two social media sites. And if you have any questions or comments, we hope that you will submit those, and we look forward to your feedback. So this is what the door panels look like behind the panel. These are the front driver's door with the door panel removed. So you can see this lovely factory, supposedly Sony speaker. If you looked at an aftermarket Sony speaker though, you wouldn't see what looks like the covering over box springs. That's what it looks like to me. What we'll be doing here is we'll be putting sound skin behind all this and on some of this exterior here. But then Chris has started on these higher end installs building panels to really enclose the door itself to make it a real airtight, or as airtight as possible, enclosure for the door speakers. And we'll show you what that looks like once that's finished as well. All right, Chris, what are you doing?
I'm seeing if it fits.
And what is this?
What are you doing, bro?
An amp rack.
All right, what's with the holes? And those are factory spaces?
Yeah, that's a factory site.
Oh, okay.
So there, and then these go down in there.
And so you're making sure that those are mounted where they will line up.
Well, yeah, and I'm actually going to see if I can hopefully fit the amp behind it. So that's, I mean, that's, yeah, you get the idea. But what I'm going to try to do, there is some room right here, mount the factory amp, because it's a Sony, it's not pretty.
Right.
Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that, but
no.
It is what it is, and I'm trying to hide it so I can make Bye bye, Sony.
Oh, look at that. And there's your amplifier.
Well, I might have to move it, but nope, I won't have to move it. Yeah, I already broke that. But anyways, which I might not put it back in at all because it is being pushed a little off, but we'll see. I'll just carpet it and it'll just look like it's there.
Alright, so this is just showing what the sound deadening is like on the inner layer of the door panel. We've done all 4 doors like this. It's kind of hard to see, but we went up as far as we could, covering as much as we can. Down here, and then this is what the rear looks like. Oh, that speaker's still in there. Wait, it goes on back there.
I am making a better
Speaker mount? Or adapter?
whatever you want to call it for this vehicle, because I just don't want a cheap, thin plastic. Not knocking anybody that makes them. I do use them, and I use them all the time, just not on C7s.
Yeah, not on for higher quality speaker installs.
And if you're ever wondering what somebody's done, please ask them to take pictures of what they've done for their install if you've ever had one done somewhere else. Because I like to show people behind the scenes.
Alright, that's the factory front door speaker. This is the mounting adapter for it.
You always wanted about the same, so basically I'm just doing that.
Uh-huh.
And then the speaker set on top.
Okay.
So I'm matching up. These are like that.
You're building a 2-story house, basically.
That levels it out.
Right.
You can still do foam around it like they've done here, which is a great build. That's probably why these speakers actually sound a little bit better than normal, but they're still factory.
Oh, is that the B&O or the Sony part of the actual speaker?
The big foam.
The foam ring is what
Big
makes
old-
it.
Big old foam.
The foam ring is what makes it more Sony than just regular Ford.
But every little bit that you do to install, the cheapest part and the most basic thing you've done is going to be the best system it is. So if you build it right, rock solid from the beginning, you know it's going to be rock solid. Alright, I'm going to get those for doing some parking.
It's a dirty job.
Well, I'm Mike Rowe.
Ha!
No, we don't get paid by any of these. That's the place to buy stuff. If you're having a bad day, you get candy. Every order you get, they send you candy.
Chris loves the candy.
Oh, I love the candy.
And it's Mobile Solutions. Chris loves the candy.
Yes. And the routers and the beds and everything else, but the candy's good.
Nice.
Just
Pretty.
It's HDD. So there's that one. That's from the front.
No, what do you got, babe? Babe?
Just to give a little chamfer in the back so there's no sharp edges. I've heard it's acoustically better. OCD, it looks better. Whatever. It just kind of, you can argue back and forth, but it took 2 seconds to do that. So these are pretty much done. I am going to foam them. I'm actually here. Those are done. Those are done. I made these a hair bigger, which I don't know if I should have. We'll find out. So we're going to cover this panel up, but the sound deadening, we actually went inside the door, so it's not here. Sound deadening doesn't make a difference. We'll probably, anything that could hit, we'll cover. Definitely we'll cover this. You'll see later videos. Just so if it's sitting in the car, you don't hear that coming back here. Hopefully, I don't see it for me.
Is there a reason why you want to push the speaker out this far?
If you look at the door panel, you want it closest to that grill as possible. You don't want it back because you can get back. It's geeky talk, and ask Steve Teresi.
Okay, so it's not because you're building it out, maybe because of a window.
You could. I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be a window. It's regardless. I like to kind of move it out to where I like to manipulate.
You wanted to get it to as close to the grill as possible.
That's kind of what I'd like to do.
Without hitting the grill. Okay.
Now, yeah, I mean, not calling anybody out, but yeah, ask Steve. Sorry if anybody texted you about Steve. But Steve, yeah, he's, or Matt.
So basically, because Steve Teresi said it, you do it.
No, the way this rock solid, this is more Brian with Mobile Solutions. It's kind of, I've been in a couple of classes, and it's just some back talk, and it's kind of what I learned over the years. And I mean, that's just rock solid. Yeah, let it rain. It's not going to mess up wood. I mean, come on. I mean, that's, so, stick your ear up to it.
Oh, I know. Go ahead.
If you talk to it, you can hear yourself. You'll, look, he almost did it. Hey, boo.
How you doing?
All right, Chris, tell me the premise of, well, what's the purpose of this right here?
Basically, it was a plastic barrier, and it's just plastic. That's all it is, just to eliminate water coming in, and it will move when that driver moves. We're actually taking the entire door now, sealing it almost the best we can, cosmetically, and keep the truck sturdy enough. But now that driver will sound way better.
Meaning the speaker driver, not the driver.
Yeah, the speaker. Look, he's still listening to that, Doug. I'm only kidding.
I'm waiting for an echo, man.
It's just, it makes it sound that much better. I mean, it's just every little thing.
He does his magic.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, I didn't realize. I mean, I've done a couple, but yeah, the last one it made my tuning abilities way easier, and these doors really came to life.
I don't like them after you take the pieces out. They don't ever stay the best at
Yeah, make sure you're all the way.
I'm gonna have Serge put a little blurb up on the video saying what this material is that we're using.
Hey, if you want, you can foam it all the way up.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I'll
put a piece on it.
Oh, here, you hold that one.
Yeah, don't push it up.
How big of screws you use?
Just regular.
It's like this.
I won't want to. You over here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get in the way.
So you can listen.
Oh yeah. She said, "Dude, let's talk."
But wherever, yeah, like this, we'll put a piece of tape. I doubt it's gonna rattle, but
That's good.
so yeah, give me a second, I'll show you. That's what I'm talking about. So, if you're not really sure and understanding, take one of the corners off your speaker box and stick a piece of plastic up there and see how it sounds.
What?
Now,
Say that again?
take a part of your box, instead of having wood, try to
Oh,
cover
use
with
a
this. Yeah,
plastic,
it's
okay.
basically, we're sealing it to be tough. And that's one of the reasons every store you go into, the displays always have better bass and better everything else, because they're an enclosure. You never, every car is going to be different. Every car is going to sound different. So,
I think the customer's gonna love this.
what?
Just the video and everything.
So, he grew up, I don't know how old he is, over 30, let's just say that. He said he grew up in Rockford and everything else, and he had all these banging systems and this, that, and everything else. They're still good, those old Rockford systems, but this is more of an adult, and it's just the kids then, my old, that wanted audio and just all they care about was bass. Now it's everything, and it will blow everybody's mind how good these cars can sound. And it does not matter when you open the door, I want to hear it standing back here. Put the damn speaker back there if that's what you want to do. Come on. You know, if you want to sound good, sit in the driver's seat, set it up for that. You know, just
In other words, you're not building systems for everybody else to hear. You're building the system for the driver to hear it.
well, I mean, I can set it for the driver, I can set it for the passenger, I can set it for whatever.
But
it's just
for the person
typically
whose
the
wallet
driver.
was used to pay for it, that's who you're most concerned about.
Right, but also on the same note, the other people in the car that aren't really used to these type of systems, they will think it sounds amazing, and they don't really understand it's really set up for the driver. And it's really a little difference to them, but they'll be happy. Everybody in the car, just set it for the driver. The driver's most important.
So these are the crossovers for the rear door speakers, which are C3 650s. This is our tape added here to make sure that these don't come apart.
I'm gonna need to get in right where you're at in 1 second.
And then he uses Tessa tape so that all the wires are just more cleanly together instead of going willy-nilly.
Give me a Phillips head, please. I need a drill bit or a impact too.
there, John. My bad.
Sissy. He's good. And these we don't cut the factory speaker out, or factory plug out. You can start on that side if you want. Once you stick it, you're stuck. Just heads up on that. And don't cut all the way into the corners like I almost just did.
Like that, that's good.
Well, I mean, it's, you almost get it. Go grab another knife. And this, almost everybody needs a knife. And I'll show you the corner, like the corners that really have to.
The amp board that will go behind the rear seat.
Talk about the Sony.
What?
The Sony amp has to stay.
Right.
Peekaboo.
Oh, hey.
So, Sony amp stays, I just don't want to see it.
Right. I mean, why would you?
Well, I've seen other shops do this and they put it, no. Put it behind it. Hide it. Get it, well, now relocate it if you have to. I've done that.
Now, when you use the Zen A2B from Nav TV, it was just eliminated, right? It was pulled out completely,
Yeah.
and we would box it up. But with an AP4 from PAC Audio, you have to leave the amp installed because I guess the AP4 connects to it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the full details on it, but I'm supposed to talk about what I did. Heat shrink.
Okay, but that looks much prettier than many other amp installs that we have come in here that people want us to troubleshoot.
And it's usually the ground, or yeah, I mean, it's always something. Anyways, I mean, it's just, that's a ferrule, wire goes in there, you look to be touched. Ow. It's basically no filter, no whatever. This amp's gonna be controlling this amp.
Okay.
It's gonna limit what goes in. It's way easier to do. Has the extra channel. If you want.
This is the door speaker amplifier, which has basically what, a pass-through? I can't remember what they call it, to
Yes.
this one.
But I program it and everything else. That's what these. So basically, gotta put my glasses on. So this will plug into there.
Aha. So this one tells this one what to do.
Pretty much.
When you're tuning it on your little nifty computer with MaxTune, everything from MaxTune goes to this, which goes to that, as
Right.
far as the subwoofer is concerned.
So, but that's pretty much how it goes. You really won't see this, all these wires. I'm planning to go this way with it, and then there'll be another one loop back. But it's behind the seat that you can't even really get to, and it's kind of locked, but we're still making it look nice. We'll send you a picture. Anyways,
And why do you want it to look nice, honey?
well, because if it's done right and it looks right, and you pay attention to every little wire you've done, you know you don't have an issue. You've double checked it, you've triple checked it, and if anybody goes behind it, they can see, ooh, that does look good. And worse off is,
And hopefully it's then not have to mess up anything you've done to figure out what might be loose or...
I don't want to be embarrassed. I see pull-in radios, and I know any other shops have done the same. They pull stereos out, they pull amps out, they look under carpet. It's just the biggest mess. And that's what car dealerships have always complained about. And it's, oh, there's this in it, we're going to void the warranty because of that. And I understand why they do it. Look at mine, it's not going to be that way.
This is the MTI Acoustics box installed under the back seat. This side here, the seat's folded up just so you can get a little bit more of an idea of what it looks like. There's two 12-inch TW3s from JL Audio in there. And you can choose a specific color. There's an app for it. We just haven't connected our phones to it yet. And it does go full length. From left to right.